press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students, welcome to history class. The rise of nationalism in Europe. The rise of nationalism in Europe. The last period we have discussed the how was Germany unified. How was Germany unified? There was a who had become the king of Germany. The Kaiser William I. Kaiser William I, who had become the Prime Minister of Germany after the unification of Germany. Otto von Bismarck, who was called as the architecture of German. Otto von Bismarck. Okay, how they used different strategies over 7 years. There were 3 wars: Austro-Prussian wars, Danish war, Franco-Prussian war, Austro-Prussian war. These are all the wars. By making these wars, they had completed their unification of Germany. Okay, na? One by one states. Next, let us discuss about, in this period, we are going to discuss the unification of Italy. The unification of Italy, which made in the year of 1870. In the year of 1870, Italy, it was one of the state. It was one of the state. It is one of the state of Europe. Country of Europe. Before the unification of Italy, the Italy was ruled by, in the 19th century, actually 19th century, from 1800 to 1900, it was called as the age of revolution and the age of liberalism. Age of revolution and the age of nationalism. Age of nationalism, revolution, age of liberalism. Okay, na? And next one, that's why 19th century was called as national, the era of nationalism, because 1789 the French Revolution, 1830, 1848, 1789, 1830, 1848. In these years, the revolution which took place in France, French Revolution, 1830, 1848, 1789, and 1870, the Italian unification took place. 1871, German Revolution took place. Okay, now there were many reforms were going on, and next the old regime system, old estate system was banned. Slavery system was vanished. Okay, now, and next by the time of 1870, 1871, Italy and German were unified by many reforms. Let us discuss in this chapter the unification of Italy in 1870. In 1870, Italy was the southern part of Europe. The southern part of Europe. That's why the Italy was called as the cradle of civilization of the world. The cradle of civilization of the world. Southern part of Europe. Okay, it was stretched. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಚಾಚಿಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಅದರ ಮೆಡಿಟರೇನಿಯನ್ ಸಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಚಾಚಿಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಲೈಕ್ ಐಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಲೈಕ್ ಜರ್ಮನಿ ಥರ ಇಟಲಿ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಎ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್. ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ತುಣುಕುಗಳು. ಓಕೆನಾ, ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಎ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ? Italy was called as the land of Renaissance. You may have heard the painting of Mona Lisa. A Mona Lisa which was made by Leonardo da Vinci in Italy. That's why Italy was called as a land of Renaissance. A new sculpture, new literature which started in Italy. That's why Italy had a long history. And next why it was called as the Renaissance of place of Renaissance. Okay, before the Italy unification, Italy had longest political fragmentation. ರಾಜಕೀಯ ತುಣುಕುಗಳಿದ್ದು ಯಾವ Italy were scattered over several dynasties as well as the multinational Habsburg Empire. Italy was ruled by several dynasties, as well as second one is multinational states were ruled by Habsburg dynasty. Multinational states ಯಾವ್ಯಾವು? And next several dynasties have let us discuss. During the middle of 19th century, Italy was divided into 7 states. How many states? There are 7 states. 7 states. Some of them we need to understand. Okay, now some of them we need to understand. Italy was divided into 7 states. This is Italy map. Okay, here this north, west, east, south. West, east, south. Just you look at the page number 21, figure number 14a. Just you mark what I will be telling. What I will be telling, you just mark on the Italy map. Okay, map itukandre matra. Just you should keep the map. You should book on with you. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬುಕ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಅಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ Italy was divided into 7 states, of which only one. What is that? In the west, Sardinia and Piedmont. Sardinia and Piedmont. The point number 1 is the first one state, Sardinia, and next one is Piedmont. Sardinia and next one is Piedmont. Sardinia and Piedmont were ruled by Italian princely ruled by Italian princely house. That was called as Savoy dynasty. Yaru Raja. Okay na? Who was the king of Savoy dynasty? Okay na? Sardinia and Piedmont were ruled by Italian princely states. Who was the king of Savoy dynasty? Charles Albert IV. Charles Albert IV. He ruled over the Sardinia and Piedmont. It is one and only dynasty which ruled over only Italian princely state. It is only Italian princely state. Remaining rest of the Italy, the north was under the Austrian and Habsburg. Okay, north. Here, this is. Where is Lombardy and Venetia? Here. This I will mark by the blue chalk. This Lombardy and Venetia was directly ruled by Austria. Austria Habsburg Empire directly. And next one is north was ruled by Habsburg. The center was ruled by Pope. Here, this is the first one is west. This is west. Next, second one is north. Those which places? Lombardy and Venetia. These places were ruled by directly Austrian Habsburg Empire. Habsburg Empire. The king of Metternich. In which side? The north side. Okay na? And next, third, the center was ruled by Pope. Here, this is Pope state. Okay. In this, the Savoy dynasty of Italian prince state, I will mark by the white. And next, Pope. I will mark from the yellow. Okay na? This is the center was ruled by Pope. Third one is center. Center was ruled by Pope. There are different places, which means Rome, the capital city of Italy, was ruled by Pope at the center. Okay. And next, remaining part, Cent was ruled by the Pope. Southern regions were under the domination of Bourbon kings of Spain. Fourth one is South. Okay, na? Who ruled over the Sicily and Naples? Sicily and Naples. Sicily and Naples were ruled by the king of Bourbon dynasty, which means France. France ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೇನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದ ಅವರ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಟಿವ್ ಅವರು ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಬೋರ್ಬೋನ್ ಡೈನೆಸ್ಟಿ ಯಾಕಡೆ ಸೌತ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೌತ್ ಸೈಡ್. ಓಕೆನಾ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ were under the domination of Bourbon kings of Spain. Even the Italian language had not acquired the one common form and still had many regional and local variations. Okay, who ruled? Those who ruled over the Italian states. Here Sardinia and Piedmont were controlled by Italian princely states. The dynasty of Savoy dynasty were headed by was the king Charles Albert IV. He was the king of Sardinia and Piedmont. He always wanted to unify the German because German was ruled by several dynasties. Another one I will tell you. Next one is fifth one place. Here Piedmont and next here these are the places Parma, Modena and Tuscany. These places, sorry, illi ಹಾಕಿಬಿಟ್ಟೆ ನಾನು. Parma, Modena. Here these Parma, Modena, Tuscany, Romagna and Bologna were ruled by Habsburg dynasty. ಇದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ? As we discussed in the earlier, multinational Habsburg Empire. Which were the multinational Habsburg Empire? Given the example, Tuscany, Modena, Parma, Tuscany, Modena, Romagna and Bologna. Parma, Tuscany, Romagna, Bologna. These were called as multinational Habsburg Empire. Why? Because these places were ruled by Habsburg dynasty of Austria. And next Lombardy and Venetia were ruled by Habsburg dynasty of Austria. ಇಷ್ಟು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಾ ಎರಡು ಮಾಡಿತ್ತು. ಒಂದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ multinational states of Habsburg dynasty and next one is directly Austrian Habsburg dynasty. Those two places, which are the two places were ruled by Austria? Lombardy and Venetia. And next multinational Habsburg dynasty, Parma, Modena, Tuscany, Romagna and Bologna. Okay na, this is Habsburg dynasty. And next here these places were ruled by Italian princely state, Savoy dynasty. Who ruled over these places? Piedmont and next one is Sardinia. The king, who was the king? Charles Albert IV. And Sicily and Naples. These places were ruled by Bourbon dynasty. Okay, and next, center was ruled by Pope. Okay na? The first one is north was ruled by, the first one is west was ruled by Italian princely state, one and only. Those which are the two places, Sardinia and next one is Piedmont, Savoy dynasty. So first, the north was ruled by those which are the two places, Lombardy and Venetia were ruled by Austrian Habsburg dynasty. Third, the multinational states of Italy, Habsburg Empire, such as Modena, Tuscany, Parma, Bologna and Romagna were ruled by Habsburg. The center was ruled by Pope, which means such as Rome. And the south was ruled by Bourbon dynasty on the Sicily and Naples. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಾರ್ತು just you have to divide yourself. North, center, south, west. Okay na? North, west, east, center, south. First north was the north of Lombardy and Venetia were ruled by the Habsburg dynasty of Austria. Just you have to leave it. First one. And the west was ruled by the west of Sardinia and Piedmont were ruled by Savoy dynasty or Italian princely state. And next, the east was ruled by east of Parma, Modena, Tuscany, Roma and Bologna were ruled by Habsburg dynasty. And the center of Rome was ruled by Pope. The south of Sicily and Naples were ruled by Bourbon dynasty of France. Hinge idana German was scattered. How do you say that? German was 1 marks or 2 marks or 3 marks question. German was scattered several dynasties as well as the multinational Habsburg Empire. How do you say that? ಹೇಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? Because the north was ruled of Venetia and Lombardy were ruled by Austria Habsburg Empire. The west of Piedmont and Sardinia were ruled by Savoy dynasty or Italian princely state. Third one is the east was ruled by east of Romagna, Bologna, Parma, Modena, Tuscany were ruled by Austria Habsburg Empire. The center of Rome was ruled by Pope. The south was ruled by south of Sicily and Naples were ruled by Bourbon dynasty. These are the multinational empire that could be seen. Italy which was scattered among the various dynasties, Habsburg dynasty, Savoy dynasty and Rome dynasty, Savoy, Habsburg, Rome, directly Austria, Bourbon dynasty. These 7 states ruled over the Italian state. Okay, even the Italian language had not acquired one common form. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಒಂದು ಕಾಮನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಸಿದೆ? ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಮೆನಿ ರೀಜನಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲೋಕಲ್ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ 1830 Joseph Mazzini had sought to put together 1830 Joseph Mazzini he played. There are 3 stages of revolution. First stage from 1815 to 1849. First there were 3 stages of the unification of Germany. First stage 1815 to 1849. Second stage 1849 to 1861. Third one is 1861 to 1870. First let us discuss first stage. Who developed nationalism? Who developed the sense of unification of Italy among the Europeans? The first one is the campaign of Napoleon in 1796. Campaign of Napoleon. Who Napoleon attacked 1797 on the Italian countries. He developed the sense of nationalism among the Italian countries. And next one is 1850 Vienna Congress. 1815 Vienna Congress. Metternich divided Italy like this. That's why the people of Italians hanged. And next a Risorgimento. And next the Society of Carbonari. And next 1830 July Revolution of France. 1848 July Revolution of France. These are all the influence of the unification of Italy. ಅವರೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವೈ ಡು ವಿ ಡೂ ದಿಸ್? ನಾವ್ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು? ವೈ ಶುಡ್ ವಿ ಡೂ ದಿಸ್? ನಾವ್ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು? ಪೀಪಲ್ ಥಿಂಕ್. Here in the one of the famous person who emerged in the Italian states is named Joseph Mazzini. As we discussed in the last class, Joseph Mazzini. I hope you have understood. Can I rub it here? Joseph Mazzini. He was he played a prominent role in the unification of Germany. He always told, pen is mightier than sword. Sword which means ಲೇಖನಿ ಖಡ್ಗಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹರಿತವಾದದ್ದು. ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಎಂಥವ್ರ ಮನಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಇವನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. He wanted to unify the German state. That's why he was called as the soul of unification of Italy. And next to the first, what did he do? Joseph Mazzini had sought to put together a coherent program for unitary Italian public. He gathered the people, ಎಲ್ಲರ ಜನರನ್ನ ಕೂರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. Sought to put together ಕೋರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸುಸಂಬದ್ಧ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗಳು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಯೂನಿಟರಿ ರಿಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್, ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಯೂನಿಟರಿ ಇಟಾಲಿಯನ್ ರಿಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್, ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಯೂನಿಟರಿ Italian Republic. He had also formed a secret society called Young Italy for the dissemination of his goal, for spread of his goals. As we discussed, Coren's programಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. For why did he make all programs? Coren's program ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸುಸಂಬದ್ಧ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ್ಸಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ. For gathering all people of Italy, he made programs. Why did he make programs? Because he wanted to unify Italy state and become the state of republic ಆಗಬೇಕಾಯಿತು. He had also formed a secret society, Young Italy, who had formed a secret society called Young Italy. One marks question, this is very important question. They are asked in the model paper in this year. Who had formed the secret society, namely ಅದರ ಹೆಸರೇನು? Young Italy was formed by secret society ಅಂದರೆ ಗುಪ್ತ ಆಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್, ಸೀಕ್ರೆಟ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ Young Italy had been formed by Joseph Mazzini. And next to the failure of revolutionary uprising both in 1831 and 1848 meant the time mantle now fell on Sardinia Piedmont under its ruler King Vittorio Emanuele to unify the Italian states through war. Okay. And next to in 1848 after the February Revolution of France really February Revolution ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Joseph Mazzini was influenced by this revolution. With helping of Garibaldi, he attacked Rome, and next to he overthrown the pious of Pope, nine pious of Pope. Rome na mele administration ನಡೆಸ್ತಿರ್ತಾನೆ. He overthrown the pious, and next he established republic system in Rome, but 1848 it was controlled by third Napoleon Bonaparte of France. Again he attacked to Mazzini was defeated by third Napoleon and ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೋಲ್ತಾನೆ. and next third Napoleon again he installed the pious 9 ಮತ್ತೆ pious ಅನ್ನ 9 ಅನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಕೂರಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. that's why he was 1848 the failure of revolution uprising, ಈ ಕ್ರಾಂತಿಗಳು ಏನಾಗ್ತವೆ ವಿಫಲ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. this is one of the Joseph Mazzini. how did he play in the Italian revolution? He attacked with helping of Garibaldi on Pope state and he dethroned the king of Pope Pius IX. He installed the republic, but next he was defeated by Napoleon III, and Napoleon III installed again Pope. Okay, now next one is meant 1848. After the 1838, Louis Albert, as we discussed, who was the king of Sardinia and Piedmont before the unification of Germany. German was ruled by his name, Albert, Charles Albert, fourth Charles Albert. After the fourth Charles Albert, he gave his throne, ಅವನ ಸಿಂಹಾಸನವನ್ನು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ? his son Victor Emmanuel, who had become the king of Sardinia and Piedmont. After the uprising, after the failure of 1848 revolution, Joseph Mazzini went back to his village. ಅವನು ತನ್ನ ಹಳ್ಳಿಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. Next, who had become the king after the Louis Albert? After the Louis Albert, for Charles Albert, who had become his son who King Victor Emmanuel II, who was the king of Sardinia and Piedmont, unify the Italian state through war. Unify the Italian state through war. The first one is Austro-Prussian War, Franco-Prussian War. Between Austria and Prussia. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವರು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದಂತ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್. ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ Italian state through war in the eyes of ruling elites of this region. There are more people, elites which means VIPs, very important person. Elites ಅಂದರೆ ಗಣ್ಯರು ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಆ ಯುನಿಫೈಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟಲಿ ಆಫರ್ಡ್ ದೆಮ್, ದ ಕಿಂಗ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ. ಯುನಿಫೈಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟಲಿ offered them the possibility of economic development and political dominance. They wanted the economic development of Sardinia and Piedmont, and next, and also Italy. They wanted political dominance of Italy. Next, Chief Minister Cavour. Here, German unification was led by only one person, his name Bismarck. But here, Italy unification was made by four people. The first one is Joseph Mazzini, Victor Emmanuel, Count de Cavour, Victor Emmanuel, King of Sardinia and Piedmont, Count de Cavour, Chief Minister of Sardinia and Piedmont. Next, last one is Joseph Garibaldi. Total those four people: Count de Cavour, Joseph Mazzini, Joseph Garibaldi, Victor Emmanuel, the king. Okay, next to Chief Minister Cavour, who led the movement unify the regions of Italy, was neither a revolutionary nor a democrat. Here he was not a revolutionary nor a democrat. Democrat alla, revolutionary alla. Like many other wealthy and educated members of the Italian elite, he spoke French better than he did Italian. Okay, na? Many other wealthy and educated members of the Italian elite, he spoke French than he did Italian. ಇಟಾಲಿಯನ್ಗಿಂತ ಫ್ರೆಂಚ್ ಅನ್ನು ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. ಯಾರು? Count de Cavour. He much spoke better than German. ಜರ್ಮನಿಗಿಂತ ಫ್ರೆಂಚ್ ಅನ್ನು ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. That's why he was understood by Italian elite people through a tactful diplomatic alliance with France engineered by Cavour. Andre means because he knew the French language, he had alliance with the ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ ಅಲೈನ್ಸು? ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್, engineered by Cavour. Sardinia and Piedmont succeeded in defeating the Austria forces in 1859. Apart from the regular troops, a large number of armed volunteers under the leadership of Joseph Garibaldi joined the fray. Okay, the first one is under the leadership of Sardinia and Piedmont succeeded in defeating the Austrian forces in 1859. The first one is ಯಾದನ್ನ ಗೆಲ್ತಾರೆ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ they owned the state of the first one is Austro-Prussian War which took place between Prussia and Austria. Finally Austria, ನೀವು ನಮಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ we will here Venetia and Lombardy were ruled by Austria. There was a clashes took place between Austria and Prussia. Austria versus Prussia, as we discussed in the last class. Prussia, they wanted Lombardy, they wanted ಅವರಿಗೆ 2 ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಯಾವ? ಫ್ರಮ್ ಆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಾದಿಂದ 1 ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಯಾವ? Holstein, as we discussed, just you remember last class. Holstein, they wanted Holstein, that's why they fought against Austria. If you help us, ಅಂದರೆ ಆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಾ ಕೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ನೀವೇನಾದರೂ ನಮಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ we will definitely gain the Lombardy and Venetia from Austria. Finally ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? Prussia with the help of Count de Cavour ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೌಂಟಿ ಕೆವೂರ್. ಕೌಂಟಿ ಕೆವೂರ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವನು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ? ಕೌಂಟಿ ಕೆವೂರ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್ Prussia. County Cavour supported Prussia. Finally, they won the Lombardy and Venetia. Lombardy and Venetia merged to the German state. And next one is Lombardy and Venetia siktu. Next, the next places irtakanadu Piedmont, Parma, Modena, Tuscany, Romagna and Bologna. Tuscany, Romagna and Bologna. Okay na? And next here ಇದನ್ನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ in 1860 you just remember Lombardy and Venetia were controlled by Austria with helping of Prussia. The Count de Cavour had gained the Lombardy and Venetia. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೋಂಬಾರ್ಡಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆನಿಷಿಯಾ ಬಂತು. ಲೋಂಬಾರ್ಡಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆನಿಷಿಯಾ. ಓಕೆನಾ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ದೇ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಾ, ಮೊಡೆನಾ, ಟಸ್ಕನಿ, ರೋಮಾಗ್ನಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬೋಲಾಗ್ನಿ ವರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಬೈ ಆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಾ. ಇದು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಬಂತು. ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಬೈ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ Parma, Modena and Tuscany. Here there was a clash took place between. This was popularly known as Crimea War. ಯಾರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ನಡೀತು ಕ್ರಿಮಿಯಾ ವಾರ್? ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಾ and next one, Austria la Turk and Russia. It was helped by England and next one is France. Turk was helped by England and France. They were asking to help to the Prussia, to the Italy. Italy help ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನೀವು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು. That's why Italy they helped to ಟರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾರು? ಇಟಾಲಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆನಾ? ದೇ ಫೈನಲಿ ಡಿಫಿಟೆಡ್ ದ ರಷ್ಯಾವನ್ನು ಸೋಲ್ತಾರೆ. ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಗೇನ್ಡ್. ಯಾರು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಇಯರ್ ದೇ ವರ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ ಗೇನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಮಾ, ಮೊಡನಾ, ಟಸ್ಕನಿ, ಬೋಲಾಗ್ನಿ ಅಂಡ್ ರೋಮಾಗ್ನಿ. These were people supported by England and France. Finally, they captured the Parma, Modena, Tuscany. ಇವು ಕೂಡ ಬಂದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ Parma, Modena, Tuscany ಇವು ಕೂಡ ಬಂದು Habsburg ಡೈನೇಷನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಗ್ಯಾರಿಬಲ್ಡಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್. These were made by County Cavour. Next, Garibaldi. Who was Garibaldi? He was the leader of Italian Revolution. A large number of armed volunteers. Notary here, Sardinia Piedmont succeeded in defeating the Austria forces in 1859. ಇದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ ಹೆಂಗಂತ. ಓಕೆನಾ? 1859 ಎರಡು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಸೋಲಿಸಿದ್ರು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಟೂ ಸಿಸಲೀಸ್ forces regular troops. A large number of armed volunteers under the leadership of Joseph Garibaldi. He was the disciple of Joseph Mazzini ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಇವನು. Joined the fray in 1860. They marched into South Italy and Kingdom of Two Sicilies and succeeded in winning the support of local peasants in order to drive out the Spanish rulers. Here, Joseph Garibaldi, under the leadership of his army, he marched towards South Sicily and Naples. Finally owned the Sicily and Naples and got merged to Italian states. Here, okay na? ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಸೇರಿವೆ. And next last one is ಇನ್ನು ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದು ಯಾವುದು? one and only one state, Rome. Okay, now Joseph Garibaldi joined the fray in 1860. The march in South Italy. South Italy was ruled by Bourbon dynasty of Spanish. With the help of local peasants in order to drive out the Spanish rulers from Sicily and Naples ಇಂದ ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು. And next ಇನ್ನೊಂದು they did not mention here. Next, Rome. Center was ruled by Rome. Center was ruled by the Pope Pius. He was controlled by third Napoleon. There was a Franco-Prussian war. Which took place between Italy versus France. There was a clashes took place between Prussia versus France. Italy helped Prussia to gaining of some places from France. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು. ಇನ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಗಳು ಇದ್ದು, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಗಳು ಇದ್ದು. ದ ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ರೂಲ್ಡ್ ಓವರ್ ದಿ some of the German states. For gaining of these places, there was a Franco-Prussian war took place. It was helped by Italian states. ನೀವು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನೀವೇನು ಮಾಡೋದು, ರೋಮ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಓಕೆನಾ. ಬಟ್ he left the concentration ಮೇಲೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ, ಪೋಪ್ ಮೇಲೆ, ರೋಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ. ರೋಮ್ was concentrated by the king of France, third Napoleon. When war declared, he wanted to ಡ್ರೈವ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ರೋಮಿಂದ ಹೊರ ಬರಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ, ರೋಮಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದ ಯಾರು, ಥರ್ಡ್ ನೆಪೋಲಿಯನ್ ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಾರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಡ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅನದರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್, ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್, ಜೋಸೆಫ್ ಗ್ಯಾರಿಬಾಲ್ಡಿ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಡ್ ಪೋಪ್, ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಡ್ ರೋಮ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆನ್ ರೋಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಚರ್ಡ್ ರೋಮ್ and established democratic republic. Finally, all the princely states, all the small states, those who had been controlled by different dynasties, they got merged by the wars, two wars, Austro-Prussian wars, and next one is Franco-Prussian wars. Franco-Austro wars, Austro-Franco wars, and next one is Franco-Prussian wars. These two wars, finally, Lombardy and Venetia were controlled by Austria and got merged by Joseph Garibaldi. And Sardinia, Piedmont became the capital city of Italy after French Revolution, after the Italian unification. Idenaitu Sardinia, Piedmont, it was the capital city. The next, who was the king after the unification of Italy? Victor Emmanuel II. Next, who was the chief minister or prime minister of this state? Count de Cavour. Okay na. Next, in 1861, Victor Emmanuel was proclaimed the king, united Italy. United. However, much of the Italian population, among whom rates of literacy were very high, much of the Italian people, those who were not writing or reading, they were called as illiterate person, were very high, remained blissfully unaware of liberal nationalist ideals. They did not aware of liberal nationalist ideals. Avrige nationalist idealism gottilla. The peasant masses who had supported Garibaldi, or peasants of this place here, they were exploited by Bourbon kings ಇಂದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋಯ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದ. ಓಕೆನಾ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಒಂದು ಪೀಪಲ್, ಪೆಸೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಸಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಗ್ಯಾರಿಬಾಲ್ಡಿ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ಗೇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮರ್ಜ್ಡ್ ಟು ಇಟಾಲಿಯನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್. ಸದರ್ನ್ ಇಟಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ನೆವರ್ ಹರ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟಲಿಯಾ. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಪೀಪಲ್ಗೆ, ಪೆಸೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸೌತ್ಗೆ ಇಟಲಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸ್ಟೇಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲಂತ. ದೇ ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ನೋ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ಇಟಾಲಿಯನ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬಿಲೀವ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಲಾ ತಾಲಿಯಾ ವಾಸ್ ವಿಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಮಾನ್ಯುಯಲ್ಸ್ ವೈಫ್. ಲಾ ತಾಲಿಯಾ ಅಂದರೆ ವಿಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಮಾನ್ಯುಯಲ್ನ ವೈಫ್. ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೇರಣೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದು ದ ಪ್ರವೋಕ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಲಾ ತಾಲಿಯಾ, ದೇ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದ king. Okay, like this, Italy was unified by 4 people such as Joseph Garibaldi, Count de Cavour, Joseph Mazzini and Victor Emmanuel. Okay na? What are the differences between German states and Italian states? Those are similarly, both are same. Okay, just you have to identify, find out the differences between German unification and Italian unification. German unification, it was also controlled by many other foreign rulers. Italy also were controlled by many foreign rulers. German unification was made in 1871. Italy unification was made in 1870. German, who became the king after the German unification? Victor Emmanuel II. Who became the king of German unification? William Kaiser first. And who became the king of Italy unification? Victor Emmanuel II. Who became the chief minister of German unification? Count de Cavour. Here who became the chief minister of Italy unification after the Italy unification? Count de Cavour. Okay na? Both are same. Eradu onde context alli. Okay na? Here like this, Italy was unified. Okay na? Completely. They established a republic system in 1870. This Italian unification influenced the German. Next year, German unification was made. First now we have studied German unification, but we should have studied first Italian unification. First you have to understand Italian unification. How was it formed before the unification and how would form after the unification? Okay na? Rome, Lombardy and Venetia, I think, okay na? And Sardinia and Piedmont, this is only princely state. Remaining rest of the Italy was ruled by many foreign dynasties. Okay na? These are all the, I hope you have understood. Just you have to make a point and just you take a pencil, just you mark on this figure. Then you have to understood. Then you understand very easily. Okay? Thank you.